So I'm excited to have Jenn Aguirre on. How are you?
I am fantastic. Thanks for saying my name right.
How the hell did you get into this fitness world? Because it's not for everybody.
So the backstory on that is I have Crohn's disease. I was sick from the age of 19 to 21. The doctors just kept telling me it's stress, it's stress, it's stress. Then, and basically the whole point of like what I wanted to do was to help people that went through everything that I went through with all the getting off medication, with being depressed. I was overweight, then extremely underweight. And I just wanted to help give people hope. Like, that's what I say. My mission is to give people hope. Then I started doing online coaching when my first client at age of 50 lost 100 pounds and her family member wanted to coach with me in Texas. So I said, I'm going to start doing online coaching. So I started it 11 years ago before everybody and their mothers.
Right. Everybody and their mothers in it
God.
now.
I do want to make one comment to what I have to say that I am truly blessed that I love every one of my clients. There is not one person that I don't love working with. In everybody, I'm inspired by every single one of them, whether they're at maintenance. I have 65-year-old clients. I have people with knee surgery. When I first started in the industry, it was 20 years ago. There weren't a lot of female trainers. So for me, that's part of like why I do as much as I do and why I feel like I push 10 times harder than most women would, is because I feel like in my industry, especially 20 years ago, I had to be 10 times smarter than just the average guy, not even the average trainer. I had to know more than the average guy because people are going to want to take advice from a guy over a certified girl. So I got like 6 certifications within my first 6 months of being a trainer.
But staying in that kind of shape, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work, and it's hard.
I used to do jiu-jitsu. I'm a blue belt. Me and him are both blue belts.
See?
And we did it for a little while, and then it's like we represent personal training, and if you're doing jiu-jitsu, you have to do jiu-jitsu 5 days a week.
When you really seek out someone, you seek out your Yoda or your Obi-Wan, and you find that good kinship, fitness is something that's everlasting. You stick with that person for a pretty long time. It has to get hard over time to constantly, because you see people, fitness is funny, because you see people go through that cycle of they get in shape, and they get out of shape.
Teach people or tell people, like, I look the way that I look because of my Crohn's. I'm blessed with Crohn's. Because if I wasn't, I'd be eating those Reese's peanut butter cups right now.
Oh, piles of them.
Because if I didn't have like the motivation of not being in the hospital on an IV, I would eat food that I like to eat. Okay guys, so it's the day after. Obviously I'm wearing something different, and I wanted to make this video for you guys. Obviously you just finished watching a few little teasers, but what I wanted to make out of this video for my channel is I wanted to make this as like an introduction to my podcast. In the description, you can click on the link to follow me or subscribe to Anchor. I'm still working through the kinks. I don't really know 100% about how it goes, but I will say I loved the podcast with him. And as soon as we turned off the mic, he turned around and looked at my husband and he's like, we gotta get her on a podcast. And Christian's like, I've been telling her that for 10 years. So literally for 10 years, so you guys know, we've owned our own studio. I've been doing this for 20 years, but we've owned our own studio for 11 years. And within like the first few months, I started an online business, then an online presence, then YouTube, all that stuff. And Christian's like, you really should do a podcast. And I really struggled with it because I thought podcasts were all about always having a guest. And I'm like, who the heck am I going to have on my channel that people are going to want to listen to? So now, I mean, I might have a guest here and there. Not might, I will. Right now, it's just going to start out with me talking. I started an Anchor. I did my first podcast this morning, quick. It's actually like a follow-up. It's like a post John Bartolo's podcast. So it's kind of like a piggyback off of some of the things that we talked about in there. Go to the description below and subscribe to my podcast. We occasionally will do a podcast on here. So what I would end up doing is probably recording it on my phone, but then I would record it on this. So then we would share it with YouTube. But definitely go there because I'll do those and it'll just be like quick little topics, like little maybe 20, 30, maybe 45-minute podcasts. It doesn't have to be something huge and long, but whatever. Now I'm just going off on a tangent because I'm so excited. Go subscribe to my podcast, leave comments, let me know, subscribe to my channel here, let me know what you guys like, let me know what you want to hear on here, let me know what you want to hear on there, just all the good stuff. Love you guys, see you soon.